Hi guys, this is Tony here from Metal Roos. You're about to sit down and enjoy an interview I just did um, over there, and so do like and subscribe so you can get all this straight into your streaming and into your consciousness as soon as it arrives. So enjoy the interview, and I will. Over to you, Tony. Thanks, Freddie, for coming on Metal Roots to talk about the latest album from Sin. I can never say it properly. You know, Sinanium. Am I saying it correctly? No, pronounce it for me.
Sinsaenum.
Sinsaenum, and I do have the first bloody album as well. You think
Yeah,
I'm?
there you go. It's like so sin. It's like a mix. So Joey came up with the name, right? So
Yeah,
it's a mix of sin,
yeah,
insane, and
yeah.
because it sounds Latin. Why not? So
Got you. It's a
Sinsaenum.
portmanteau. Ah, okay. Because it's one you get your lips around it. I'm like, I love this band, but I can't pronounce the bloody
Well,
name.
I mean, everybody like I actually don't care anymore. Well, I never really cared to begin with, but like I do interviews and people are just like, so we have a new Sinsaenium album or Sinasum, and I'm just like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
The name doesn't. We just created the name, but people pronounce it the way they want. If they want to misspell, like use the S at the end, Sinsaenums, it doesn't matter. As long as they talk about us in some form, I guess it's a good thing, right? So.
That's right, right. So this is your first album since for 7 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've been a
Yes.
very busy man. You do a lot of stuff.
Yes, 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 yeah. I mean, that's not the main reason, but it's one of the reasons. But yeah, obviously, I joined Kreator in 2019. So, and then we released an album in 2022, and since then we've been touring a lot. So,
Mm.
that's one of the reasons. Yes.
Because I first saw you with DragonForce many, many years ago, way back in the midst of time in Sydney in blah blah blah. I think your first Australian tour, I think it was.
So that's 26. No,
Mm.
2006.
Yes,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I saw you again with Kreator, and I forgot you joined. So I was at the gig, and suddenly you're standing there. I was like, "Oh yeah, there's Frederic. There's
Yeah,
Freddie
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
bass."
yeah. When was that? That was with In Flames.
In Flames, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
yeah.
good.
That was a great show. It was a
Hmm.
cracking show.
Yeah.
But I mean, this new album, In Destruction, obviously is a black metal album. And you're not sort of, I mean, if anyone looks at you, because of your Dragon Force background, it's quite unusual for people that don't know that you do this as a side shoot.
So talking about name, the album's called In
In
Devastation.
Devastation, sorry, yes.
In Devastation, and it's more death metal than black metal. So
Death metal. I didn't mean to say black. Why did I say black for? Sorry, Freddie.
uh, yeah, that is fine.
I meant death.
Yeah,
I've even written death.
it's
It's a
okay.
long day.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
Sorry.
that's fine. That's fine.
It's black
Well,
and death. It's black and death, isn't it?
it's yeah that people call it blackened death metal.
Mm.
It just again, it doesn't matter.
No, it's just
It's
boxes, right?
well, yeah, exactly. And well, if people are still because I've left Dragon Force 6 years ago, but I've been in the band. I stayed in the band for like 14 years,
Mm.
so it can always come up as a surprise for those who just know me from that time and don't know what I've been up to for the last well almost 10 years since
Mm.
Sinsaenum came out in 2016. But yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, I grew up listening to heavy metal, but also death, thrash, black. So it is part of my musical DNA, so to speak.
Mm.
So to me and to those who know me personally, it's never been a surprise. But obviously, for people that just see you in one particular aspect of your, career or whatever, for them it's like, oh my God, what's going on? How is he able to? It doesn't make sense. But yeah, it always made sense to me.
But also, I always knew you as a bass player. I mean, I saw you playing
Yeah,
guitar with Dragon Force. I've seen you swap instruments and run around
yeah.
and do all that. But until I came across the first album, I didn't realize that you were. I mean, you play guitar, play bass, but I didn't know you that gifted a guitarist as well as a bass player.
Thank you. Yeah, I started with I started with piano at the conservatorium as a kid, but then I switched to guitar when I discovered heavy metal, and I was just like, That's what I want to play." So I started playing guitar in when I was 14 or so, and I'd say that's my main instrument. Now, when I joined DragonForce, it's because they had a problem with their then ex bass player, and they said, "Oh, you play guitar. We know you play guitar, so you must be able. Therefore, you
Oh.
must be able to play bass." And I was just like, "Yeah, yeah, sure." And I was supposed to help them out for only a few shows. I was not supposed to be to become a bass player. So, but there's been like a love and hate relationship with the instrument at the beginning because I felt like I was a frustrated guitar player because that's the easiest for me to express myself, or it was at the time. So I was like, but since then things changed, and I love playing bass. I love playing guitar, even if I would join a band and I'm just playing triangle. Playing
Yeah,
music is,
brilliant.
playing music is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because I was the other way around. I was a guitarist, but couldn't get like you. I couldn't get a band. Everyone had guitarists. It was the 80s. Everyone had Steve Vais in their band. Like, so I just went, "Oh, I'll play bass," because no one had
yeah.
bass players. So that's
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, whatever it takes, and people always like joke and just like, oh, it's like a frustrated guitar player, or just like the less the but to me that it really doesn't matter anymore. I
no,
don't have anything to prove.
no,
I don't care.
and you don't. Not
Yeah.
on these albums, and you really don't. Like this latest album, particularly, I really loved the whole album. It's really textured. It's really diverse. From beginning to end, it's not just that one tonal frequency you get a lot with death metal albums. There's a sort of honesty in it, Fred,
Hmm.
that I felt
Cool.
I didn't hear in other. That's why I really liked the first album because it was a
Right.
sort of this sort of freshness to it because of
Hmm.
the international because it's an international band, isn't it? Coming from all over the world.
Well, I mean, the singer Sean is from the US. Attila is from Hungary. Now our new drummer is from Portugal, and the other three were from France.
There you go, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you find that obviously in the modern world you can record all over the world. There's no restrictions anymore. But how do you find that after recording with say like someone like DragonForce, who you probably recorded more traditionally with, say this more spread out way?
No, so Kreator, we record in a like traditional. We all in the same studio at the same time, and we rehearse the songs, and that's great. With Dragon Force, it was the same technique as we were doing with Sinsaenum.
Oh,
Like
okay.
we use different studios, and that works just fine. It's very, as long as you do your homework, I'd say it's very easy to get the job done. And but with Sinsaenum, with that being said, I went to Portugal to rehearse with our new drummer. So there's been that going on, and then Stefan came to my place to record some of the stuff and whatnot, and so there's still like an element of that which is always a bonus, but it's also doable to do without.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. The world you can do now, can't you? It's crazy how
Yeah, yeah.
you can do be one bedroom in one part of the world, the other side of the world, do the
Yeah,
same. It's
as long as it's a
wonderful.
bedroom. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
has to be a bedroom.
Always going to be a
No,
bedroom, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But no, no, it is very, it's some people. I mean, you could argue that you're gonna miss an element of like that, if everybody's recording together at the same time and whatnot. But that doesn't happen very often, and I'm pretty sure no one would really make the difference, probably not even us. But no, it works very fine that way. As long as there's communication, and communication is key in many aspects of life. But as long as you still have the possibility to revisit and just check on the spot. It's not like someone sends you like 10 songs and that's the way it is, ciao. But if every day just like, okay, this is what I've recorded, then you discuss, and then you can, it would be the same if we were in bedroom. So
Yeah, and I suppose digitally as well, because you can all have the same programs. I suppose you can all then do things with it. You know, if someone sends you a tape, it's like, oh, I've got this tape tab, but then I've got to do. It's more complicated, I suppose, if it comes in a digital form.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
bit easier.
Not
Mm.
everybody's using the same software, and sometimes it just has like a little like an extra tick.
Yeah,
So it can be a pain in the ass, but no, but I mean, yeah, it's way easier than it used to be, and it's a luxury, I guess.
yeah, and I mean, obviously, being all over the way it is, will you tour this album?
Yeah, we've been away for 7 years, so it's not that easy to get the ball rolling when you contact people very late in the game because my schedule being what it is with Kreator, uh, I only knew that I was going to be free in October. I only heard about that not so long ago. So then you have to contact promoters and go like, "Hey, look, we've been away for 7 years. We have new stuff coming out. Not sure if people are gonna like it or not. You can't listen to anything because it's still a secret at the moment. How about
Mm.
we do some shows?"
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine. Anything else? So that's what we had to deal with. So we've been working on a small run in Europe for now. And we just like I'm not gonna say we do it for fun because you always like it's great to meet your fans and whatnot, but
Mm,
it's not, I guess I'm sorted when it comes to touring and big, productions
mm,
with and whatnot. So I'm very happy to do it that way with Sinsaenum. We're just gonna do that, like I said, in October. But with that being said, I think I might be free in January. If that's the case, we might come to Asia and Australia and
hey, brilliant.
well, hey, because that's a part of the world I love, and I think that'd be nice. And they've been good to us when we came in 2018. So if people, that's providing people like the album, of course. That's not
Ah,
something yeah, that's not something you can figure out until the album is out, and then by the time the album is out,
I
but
can't see why they wouldn't like it, Fred. I mean, it's a fantastic album. I mean,
well, thank you
it
very
doesn't
much.
sound like you've been away. In fact, it sounds like a growth on from the previous album. So, which is
Yeah,
always a
thank you.
bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess that's the idea, right? If you do an album and it's just like not as good, so you always want this to be a growth and a improvement. But I guess we had the time in 7 years. We had the time to make sure that that was the case.
Well, I mean, there's some elements in it. I don't often get my red pencil out when I'm writing, but Obsolete and Broken, I wrote next to it as my favorite track on the album.
Oh, okay.
Because it was something of a, I wasn't expecting it, particularly what, three tracks in. I was like, okay, this is usually that sort of thing comes later in the album, and I was so surprised by the softness in parts of it.
Oh,
That
yeah, in the middle section. Yeah, it
yeah,
did.
I really
It
loved
came
it.
it came naturally, I guess. That it has like a very like a peculiar rhythm on drums in the song, and then like the chorus is catchy, and there's like some synth, and in the middle part, I felt like I envisioned like that sort of like calms down and quiet, and it needed like melodies on vocals, like clean vocals as
Mm,
well, and I was like, I did like the demo, scrap vocals, and I was just like, I wanna have like soft. I want to use my voice as well, so I want Sean to sing, but I want to harmonize this, which is why you
mm.
can hear also and I have like a softer voice and put some sitar in there, just like I had that full on, and I was just like, why not? That I didn't say, oh no, that shouldn't be on a Sinsaenum album. It's just like if it comes from my mind, then it should be on a Sinsaenum album. So
Freddie, I love that. That's music 101 for me. That's what it's all about. Is do what you want to do, put what
yeah,
you want to. And art is art. No one says to Picasso, "Don't put that line there." What are you
yeah,
doing? Like it's art, right? It's your subjective view,
yeah,
and
exactly.
you put it there, and I think that's lovely. I think it's. I hate the term brave because that's rubbish because you can do what you want.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's good that it's there because you do need a bit of like a bit of a break from it's such an intense beginning that you go, okay, just a
yeah,
moment, just a
yeah,
moment.
yeah. That's what we had on the first album actually was like all those interludes were there
Mm.
to create like breaks and whatnot, and people were complaining. Not everybody, but a lot of people were just like, oh, it kills the vibe and kills the momentum. It just like goes up and down, which I like, so
Yeah,
that now it's happening in between, like during the songs themselves. And but to be quite honest, like I said, I mean, I started writing those songs in 2019 with nothing in mind other than I didn't want to. I didn't feel like I had to prove anything. I had left DragonForce and I was joining Kreator, and I was just like, oh, this is cool, And Sinsaenum had done two albums, and the first one, a love letter to the genre. The second one was very pissed off and angry, and so I've expressed that. I've expressed my love for the genre, and I've expressed how pissed off I am. Now I've got nothing else to prove and just like write the music that I want, and with no limitations. And so that with that in mind, that's how it all started. That's why the songs are more. That's why probably the album is more not personal, but like more like us or me or whatever,
yes, yes.
because there is no yeah, no agenda, no limitation. It's just like I do what I want.
That's right. It's almost proggy in its way
Yeah,
in parts, which I
yeah, yeah,
adore. I adore that a lot. I love people playing with sound and music and textures and
yeah.
theories and ideas. Like you said, you could even put a tambourine there. Who would have? It wouldn't have made. Doesn't matter, right? Like it's a triangle. Sorry. But it's just yeah.
Tambourine as well.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
tambourine. It doesn't matter,
Yeah,
right? It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah, yeah.
It's what annoys me about music, Freddie, is when people put these in boxes.
Yeah,
Boxes are a record company construct.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they're not
yeah, yeah,
they're not you. You're a musician. That's what you are, first and
yeah,
foremost.
exactly. I mean, there are, I mean, to an extent, you kind of have to be in a box, like, uh, with the voice of Sean. I know
Mm.
this is going to be death metal. I know this is going to be like, we're going in a certain direction that I don't have a problem with, but with on that road, that when you follow that direction, then you can just like pick up elements on the way and you just do what you want,
Yeah, pit
or
stops. Yeah.
or yeah, 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 or if it's a recipe, like that's let's say Sinsaenum is a brand of chili con carne,
Mm.
and we just like I can put what the fuck I want in there as long as it tastes good, and just like you can be brave and adventurous and put some, I don't know, some M&Ms in the
Yeah,
in the chili con carne,
yeah.
because actually chocolate is actually good for a spicy.
Apparently it
Uh,
is. Yes, I believe so.
no, actually,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. I say M&Ms, but you can, if you take like a square of chocolate, dark chocolate, it's better for the acidity. So yeah, so that's actually a good example. I
There
managed
we
to like
go.
I managed to flip back like a cat, but sleep yeah, yeah. But but yeah, so I guess my point is, it was not intentional. It was just like, oh, I have to put sitar in there, or I have to put cello, I have to sing,
No.
we have to use clean vocals. It was more a case of just like, feels like it, let's go for it.
Yeah.
But it's not silly either. It's not
No,
just
no,
like,
no,
oh, I feel
no.
like farting in a microphone.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. It's still serious, and it has anger and energy, and it's like catchy and whatnot. But with just like a, yeah, that no sense of limitation.
Yeah, but if you think of the great albums of our youth, Fred, if you think of the great albums that we think about a lot or we've listened to a lot, Sergeant Pepper, Queen's first album, these are albums that were breaking mold, doing different things to different
Yeah,
to other things. So they're the ones you always remember and always go back to because there's something different always to find.
yeah, yeah,
I think that's what's great about albums like this one and your band is that you go back and find something different
yeah.
when you put it back on. It's not just, like you said, I don't mind a ramp. Don't get me wrong. Like energy to be 100% fine.
Mhm.
But there's times when you do need that light and shade.
Yeah, 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 I guess. Well, I'm glad that you picked on that, and yeah, I think I want to believe that people can revisit the songs and go like, "Oh, I didn't hear that." It's not just like that one. Yeah, it's like little thing here, little thing there, and at the end of the day, if even if they don't pick up on it, it just doesn't matter. It's just
No,
music. So
exactly. And you consume it where you want to consume it. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, exactly.
like if, like you said, lucky, lovely chili con carne, you could sit there with a lovely red wine and take an hour over it, or you could stuff it in your face and drink it with Coke, eat it with Coke. It doesn't,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
All right. It would be a sin, but you could do it.
Exactly.
Well, I really hope you do get over here soon because the album is really good. It comes out in August. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. August
Um,
8th.
yeah.
And yeah, like I said, fingers crossed that it happens, but I would love to. And if not, then I will come back with Creator anyway.
Oh,
So I'm
brilliant.
not too worried. I will come back to your country, but I would love to come back with Sinsaenum. That'd be lovely.
Oh,
So
look, it's such a
come back.
great band. I mean, it is. It really, truly is. Like it. It doesn't sound like you've got a lot of members in your band, but it doesn't sound, you know, overly full.
Mm.
Sometimes when you have a big band, it's sort of like there's a lot of going on.
Mm.
It sounds quite spatial for a bigger
Okay.
band. Mm.
Well, thank you very much. And yeah, like I said, hopefully we'll make it to your beautiful country
I hope
sooner
so
than
too. I hope so too.
yeah.
And it was a real pleasure, honestly, seeing you all those years ago. And then, it's just like someone said, "Do you want to speak to Fred about?" I think so.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
It was a
It's been
pleasure.
a pleasure.
Good luck with the touring with Kreator
Yeah,
and all,
thank
all
you.
the extra stuff you have to do for this album. I know it keeps rolling. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye, mate.
Take care. Bye.